Rankings.
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Power Rankings.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I have no choice but to do it.
Rich, you going to ask us how we're doing?
Oh, I know how you're doing.
Oh. I mean, just Chris does it. It's
How
very
are you
nice.
doing?
I feel great.
Are you guys doing well?
Appreciate
You don't
it.
mean it. I'm not answering.
Yeah,
you don't mean it.
Because I'm
I'm not answering.
because we all
Nope.
come in because I come into this power rankings every single week in a defensive posture.
That's a YP.
Yeah.
Yeah, you brought that upon yourself.
We're here to support you.
Number 10 on my power rankings
right.
list.
Better be good.
They're back on the list.
Dallas Cowboys.
Definitely not.
What are you smoking, bro?
Definitely not.
Well,
Smoking, bro. Give me some.
Depends.
Back on the list. They lead the NFC South, and they look pretty good doing it. The Atlanta Falcons are back on the list. Putting them right there.
That's it?
5 and 3.
10?
Yeah, 10.
They're the 3 seed.
I get it.
Okay.
I get it. They're 10.
Kirk's player of the week.
I get it.
Okay.
He gets it.
I get all of
Stop.
this.
I
I also need to see. Let's see them go home, and this is a very winnable game against the Dallas Cowboys. Go win it. Let's see it.
10.
Let's keep going.
Wow.
They're 10. Because I still think at number 9 on the list, half game better in the standings. The reason why the Falcons are 3 is because 5 and 3 is good enough for them to lead their division. This team, once upon a time, led their division, but lost 2 games in 5 days. 5 and 2 is not even good enough for second place in their division. The Minnesota Vikings are number 9.
Oh.
Dude. So they almost beat the Lions at home. They lose. Then they go on the road, short week, lose to a Rams team that gets everybody back damn near from Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua to Jackie Slater. You know, like they show up. It's the best Rams team that's been out there all year long.
A team that's rusty
and
and
the
hasn't
Vikings
played together
and
all
the
year.
Vikings draft them. They get them. They're number 9 on my list. I'm not yet ready to quit the Minnesota Vikings. They're down 5 spots, though. They're on the verge. Number 8, 1 spot up. I'm putting the Russell Wilson Steelers right here.
Oh.
Yep. They beat the Jets. They beat the Giants. Russ is smelting.
The smell.
The running game's going. TJ Watt's going. The special teams are going. All 3 phases are going. 6 and 2. They lead the AFC North.
That's low, too.
All right. I still think if the Houston Texans play them, the Texans beat them, which is why I'm putting the Texans right here at 7. They're at 1 spot. They're 6 and 2.
Who's playing wide receiver?
I understand that.
Okay.
I understand that. We'll see it on Thursday night against the Jets. The 6 and 2 Houston Texans should go in there and win that football game. If they don't, you know what they won't be? 7th on my power rankings. 6. Up 1 spot. Your Washington Commanders. Defensively, they are much more problematic than you are going to give them credit for coming into the season. That's for sure. And Jaden Daniels, the rare double dip of Offensive Rookie of the Year and MVP candidate. Don't see it a lot. A lot of people thought C.J. Stroud should have been that last year, and he wasn't when it all came down to it. Commanders are 6 and 2. They're 6th on my list. Let's go top 5. I like the Green Bay Packers, man. I like the way they look. I like the way that it doesn't matter if Love is banged up, goes down on the road. Malik Willis comes in and looks terrific. And they're coming up. They're drawn up plays. You know that play to Jaden Reed that went down the sideline that basically won the game from after the Jaguars came back on him in Jacksonville? That was a play that they were just like talking about on the sideline. Say, let's do it. And they uncork it, and they beat the Jaguars with it. I love Matt LaFleur, dude. We need to, gents, we need to talk about him for Coach of the Year.
Yes.
6 and 2.
Agree.
They are up 1 spot. They're in my top 5 right now in my power rankings. Down 1 spot. I'm going to basically chalk it up to you can't win them all, and you can't win them all, certainly in your division on the road. And they got Jameised. I'm putting the Ravens here still.
Oh, what?
I still think the Ravens are a top 5 team in the NFL.
They were going to be out.
Come on, dude. Get out of here.
Rich, they can't play defense.
I have a problem watching Kyle Hamilton drop that ball. He's, as you know, one of my adopted sons in the National Football League. He grabs that. Ravens are 6 and 2 and a 5-game win streak, and they're still feeling good about themselves. Who was the one who came? Was it Orlovsky came on and said he was head scratching about the play calls that they had on defense, just letting Jameis just like go for it? I don't think they'll do that again. The Ravens are 4 on this list. I still think they're a top 5 team in the NFL. Up 2 spots are the Buffalo Bills, baby. They've earned it. They have earned it. They lose 2 in a row after winning their first 3, and then they rip 3 in a row off again, and they go into Seattle in a rainstorm, and that's usually where crazy-ass things happen. Instead, they just punked the Seahawks to the point where Geno Smith is saying, I thought I was on the road. Can you imagine? I heard that happen. They're number 3. Now, go back and forth here. The Lions look terrific. They are just eviscerating everybody right in front of them.
Yeah.
They put a 50-burger on the Titans.
In 3 quarters.
In 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Jared Goff is playing at an insanely high level. Ever since Aiden Hutchinson went out, they still haven't skipped much of a beat on defense, and obviously we'll see how that plays out over the final 10 weeks of the season for them. But I'm still keeping them at 2 because there's a 2-time defending Super Bowl champ. That is the only undefeated team remaining. They're 7-0, and I'm putting the Chiefs here, and it doesn't look pretty, but the Chiefs do exactly what your Patriots used to do. Situational football, beat you up. Doesn't look pretty, doesn't matter. We still have the best quarterback maybe in Mount. We got a Mount Rushmore quarterback, you don't. We got a Mount Rushmore tight end, you don't. We've got a defensive player of the year stallion in the middle of our defense. Most likely you don't, and Chris Jones. And they just keep adding, and they keep getting better. And every single time you think we can get them, by the end of the day, you look up at the scoreboard and go, how did that happen? Well, because it's the Chiefs. And that's my power rankings for week number 9. The only team that was on the list that went off it were the Bears. Dropped them off.
The Bears.
So, that's my power rankings.
Yeah.
You'd have the Ravens off the list. You really wouldn't put the Ravens in the top 10 in the National Football League right now, Chris?
They didn't play like it last week.
Well, I mean, that happens from week to week. You go on the road and your division rival beats you. It happens.
I think Denver might get them, so then maybe Denver might finally get a sniff here.
Okay. That's my power rankings right there.
No Eagles.
That's right. I'm not there yet. Still not there yet.
I mean, they made your MVP look like a
I know. I'm
college kid.
I'm just still not there yet.
Wow. Okay.
I put the Falcons there. They're leading a division. I'm going to put a division leader on the list. I got to.
I mean, the Eagles have the same amount of losses as their division leader.
Dude, I get it.
All right, I'm just using
I'm
logic.
not saying these are not worthy of pushback, but it's also proof why I entered this with a defense posture. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.